Well, that went a little bit wrong. That was meant to be on loop. It wasn't on loop. Well done, me. But yeah, hello, welcome to the stream. I was planning on having another minute or so to get properly ready for the stream, but here we are. Not had that. Anyway, how are we all doing? I'm hoping well. We have a match against Coventry City coming up very soon. This is going to be a very, very quick stream, just to be completely clear with you guys, because I do not have super long. I'm on Not Another Leeds podcast at 7:30, and I am yet to eat today. So that would probably be a good idea to do. Also, Arlo's wandered in. Hi, birdie. So if there's any chaos happening behind me, probably not my fault. Let's blame the dog. But I have very specifically named this stream Leeds United Secret Weapon, because there is a certain player that I currently believe counts as that. It is the sort of secret thing that a lot of other sides in the league won't be expecting to have to deal with. And that would be our good friend Tanaka. Tanaka is the kind of player that I feel will be hugely underrated in his time at Leeds. Purely because, well, is underrated from the outside at the moment during his time at Leeds, because everyone will be like, well, you know what, he's not like a first choice kind of guy. He's struggling to get his way into the team, and a lot of people are of the opinion that he needs to start instantly. But I think the best way for us to approach it at the moment, especially given the way that Daniel Farke has managed his side for an ongoing while, is to be clear, Tommy, I don't need to do streams. I have an actual job that pays more than YouTube does, because the amount that YouTube pays anyone on the internet will tell you is not good, unless they are huge. I do this because it's fun, and I do this because I like talking to people, and I like talking about the football club that I love. If you think it really is lazy content, you don't have to be here. It's fine. Okay? Okay. Thanks, Arlo. Anyway, in essence, I think Tanaka is going to be... Jesus fucking Christ. You've given me 15 seconds of explaining things. Wait, and we will get there. At the same time, the Manhattan Project was presumably not a secret to the people within the Manhattan Project, but then suddenly Japan turned around and go, oh, that's a bright flash, and suddenly 2 cities are gone. See what I mean? In effect, I think that Tanaka is going to have a colossal impact for us this season. I think we are only just sort of seeing the start of it at the moment. We've seen basically 7 minutes of the game in his time so far. And for 7 minutes, his numbers are a little bit ridiculous. I'm going to pull them up now, because they are genuinely a little bit daft. Let's have a scroll. Thank you, Evie and Danny and Baby Zebra. Much appreciated. But his time at Leeds at the moment is 3 appearances, of which he has played 1 minute as a sub, 5 minutes as a sub, and then, never mind, 11 minutes. He's played 11 minutes as a sub. In that time, the guy has managed to put together, off the top of my head, 47 passes, something absolutely insane like that, which tells you that the amount of sort of interplay and stuff like that he is doing at the moment, even in those really, really brief cameos, is huge. And then you scale that up to an entire game. And yes, there might be the argument that when people are saying, okay, so Tanaka clearly is grabbing a hold of this game later on in the season after more clubs have seen more of him, then at that point, maybe we can say, yeah, doesn't count as a super secret guy anymore. But even then, when other clubs are trying to adapt to that, the way that we respond is saying, okay, so now we can play around Tanaka. The fact of the matter is, he offers us something completely different. The way that we play at the minute is you've got your centre-backs holding a little bit deep. One of Ampadu and Guerrero will sit deep, and then the other will push on from time to time. And then there's that big old line of disgustingly aggressive players directly in front of them. Whereas by comparison, I feel like other clubs are really going to have to behave and hold things together a little bit against us when it comes to Tanaka being on the pitch, because he is someone that will admittedly bomb forward and will do the defensive stuff, but he can effectively play as a 10. He changes us up from that 4-2-3-1 into functionally a 4-1-4-1. And that is what I think is going to be really effective for us, because we saw it be effective under Bielsa, because championship defenses do not know how to deal with multiple people running at them from different directions all at the same time. Because you just stop thinking. You get overwhelmed, because let's be honest, championship players are not the best of players. There's a reason that we're down here. I've said this time and time and time and time again about our own players. Jorginho Rutter last year, the reason that he was in the championship was his finishing wasn't great. Crescencio Somerville had a little bit of a greedy streak. Archie Gray was very, very young. And that's why those players were in the championship last season. And now you amplify that up to people that are starting in the first team for sides that are worse than Leeds United. So, for example, a Derby centre-back isn't just going to have that one flaw. Joe Rodon's flaw right now is that he... in fact, I'll go Strauch instead. Pascal Strauch's biggest flaw at the moment is that when he goes for a header, it's not going to work. Odds are he's not going to score that header, and that's completely fine. That's normal. That happens. But compare that to someone at Derby, who is going to be, in addition to maybe not heading it well, be relatively slow, not know how to track runners, all sorts of various issues, and they build up. And I think that added dynamic of Tanaka as an attacking outlet instead of Gruev as the more sort of passive thing is going to be really important for us. And looking at what our lineup is potentially going to be this coming weekend. 1 second. Ow. This is a Tanaka. This is assuming that we might be missing one of our players, being Pascal Strauch. If you've got Ampadu dropping in, suddenly a hole opens up in midfield, and that's where you put Tanaka. Because then he can play that more aggressive role, and you, instead of having a question of, is it Ampadu or Gruev committing this time, it purely becomes, okay, Ethan, you're sitting, we know this, you're a centre-back. Gruev, you can sit a little bit as well. Rodon, obviously, is a centre-back. But combine those with the fullbacks, and we will have a disgustingly aggressive side if we have Tanaka in there, in my opinion. But the thing is, a lot of people, when they look at Leeds United right now from the outside, when asked, what the hell is going on with my hair right now? When asked, like, what is the most effective player at Leeds United at the minute, everyone is going to be saying something along the lines of, it's a Strauch, or it's a... I was going to say Somerville, no it isn't. It's a Firpo, or Aronson, or Nonto, or Solomon, or Ramazani. Everyone looks at those pure attacking players if you are doing really well at chance creation. Everyone looks at pure defensive players if you're more sort of holding and deep and keeping clean sheets, which we're doing as well. But people tend to have this big fundamental flaw of ignoring the midfield. Last season, one of our best players was Ilya Gruev, without a doubt, in my opinion. And Glenn Kamara was firmly up there as well, but we didn't notice that because we're looking absolutely everywhere else. I think that's basically the role that Tanaka is going to take. We know that he is going to be very, very, very effective in a Leeds United midfield. We know that when it comes to that fun box-to-box stuff, we've got the perfect candidate for it. Like, imagine him and James just sprinting up a flank. Those nice little 1-2s with each other. And that is why I used the phrasing secret weapon. Because other clubs might be aware of him, they might know the name, but they've not experienced what he can do yet. And that, in my opinion, is why it is going to be absolutely colossal for us to have Tanaka going forwards. And I think he should probably start against Coventry if Strauch can't. If Strauch can, fine. That's all good. No problems. But I think he's worth a pop at this point. Be great. Tommy, if you are basing your entire personality on your ability to be a bit of a prick on the internet, get a hobby is all I have to say to you. Stick around if you want, say whatever you fancy. But if you're trying to do the court jester thing, there's a reason that most people stop trying to play up and act out in high school, primary school. Come on, do a little bit better, yeah? Okay. Anyway, as I said, it's going to be a relatively short stream, but I am going to, before I do so, take us over to our favourite place, our wonderful place. It's Questions Corner. where we just chat about absolutely anything. We have done philosophy in Questions Corner before. We have done, obviously, football in Questions Corner before. We have done all sorts of stuff. So if anyone's got any questions or anything, just any general points of conversation, let me know, and we'll have a little bit of a natter. It'll be fun times, you know. Thank you. They shall continue to come out. Ah, Danny. I wasn't going to do banning. I was going to see if he had any of the potential to have any form of comeback that wasn't hurt yapping. Lol. Ah, well. But let's have a little bit of a conversation, shall we? Just need to ping a message to someone. Cool. Question: do you think Evie should do a watch along for the game tomorrow? Oh, okay. Do you want my opinion as a viewer, or do you want my opinion as a person that has tried to watch along before? Because they're very different answers to the same question. In fact, I will ask Evie that question in advance. Evie, do you think that I should answer that question from the perspective of a content creator or a content viewer? I will do both. I just want to know which one's first. Gary, fair enough. Yeah, you can back that. I completely see it. Need to open YouTube Studio. Because if I don't, I'm gonna feel real silly. Because I need the analytics. Oh, I've got bars. It's great. We've got a both from Worst Leeds United channel. Right. Evie hath not replied. So I shall first give the... There is this. Yes. From the perspective of someone that is actually watching the thing and making the content, it's doing a watch along is really unpleasant. Because as much as like the folks on Gogglebox, for example, are like, oh, it's great. One, they get paid fairly big money for being on Gogglebox. Two, they get editing. If you were going to do a cheeky little edited thingy, you would need to do that after the fact. You need to record yourself throughout it and then like censor yourself because, as mentioned, you'd swear so much and get banned. I don't think you would get banned because YouTube is different. But from the perspective of someone that has tried to watch along before, it feels all icky and is like, okay, I want my reactions to be authentic because when I watch football, I'm chill and stuff. And like, if we lose, yeah, it's sad, but I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. It's all okay. But everyone wants you to be absolutely livid all the time, and it doesn't work. Yeah. That's the thing. I've done a couple of them. And yeah, sure, they get people in, and I'm sure they're absolutely fantastic for growth. But the mental health side of it, when I've done it, has just absolutely not been worth it. Even a little bit. Because it's so much nicer to not. From the perspective of the viewer, by the way, I'd absolutely be in favour of that. I'd watch it. I've got work at the same time as a match. But yeah, sure. But from the perspective of someone that has done them, I'm sure you can see why they're not great. Because the kind of people that they sometimes attract can be unfun a lot of the time. Which sucks, you know. I'd want to do a casual live stream first, and there's quite a few people doing watch-alongs, and I don't think that's my thing. Yeah, that's also fair. Like, it feels like it's not something that I'm good at, so why would I keep on doing it? Like, admittedly, yeah, sure. Grow your skills. Fantastic. But I've had people asking me to do watch-alongs, it's like, oh, you clearly didn't see the watch-alongs that I have done then. Okay. And then it's fine. 1 second. Is it better to change one player in the team or change 2 or 3 players in the team? Centre back 6, 8. It depends a little bit. Because as much as you can say that you're swapping a centre back for a centre back, if you're swapping Struijk for Ampadu, they're very clearly like different profiles of player. Like Struijk is someone that you will often see just trot out of defence with the ball at his feet, like, okay, I'm going to take on the world. Meanwhile, with Ethan Ampadu, you know for a fact that he's someone that is going to want to find that passing range, like when he set up Bamford's absolute screamer against Peterborough, for example. Lots and lots and lots of options is basically what we have at the moment, and that's why I'm happy. And that's why when it comes to swapping players about, I think it will make more sense for us to move more people. So we could just put in James DeBio, but I think we'd adapt our roles and mentalities a little bit more effectively if we were to change multiple people. And I am. Hello. Look, I don't know how to prove I'm live. Look, there's a Darbo here. I think JB needs to do a show like the Chase and have Evie as the Chaser. That sounds terrifying. That sounds like I would need to do a lot of work trying to persuade people to attend, because it's like, would you like to go on a quiz that you'll most likely lose? No. Oh, okay, that's fine then. Got to head off, so we'll finish watching in a while. Looking forward to your appearance. That's all good. Remember when Ampadu played in Ruto with a ridiculous pass? Yeah, that's the thing. Ampadu, what he's doing at the minute is as a sort of second midfielder thing, in which he would love to be doing the rangy passing stuff because that's what he's really good at, but he is unable to do that because of the way that other teams are playing against us. Other teams are playing the ridiculously passive styles, and that means that he's not really passing into anyone that's in space because there is, which is a struggle for him. And that's fair enough. That's why I think a combo of Gruev and Tanaka would work, because that gives Am more of that space because he's playing at centre back. And when your centre back has the ball, odds are the other side hasn't had a chance to drop back into their shape if there's a transition going. So I think it'd be better for absolutely everyone if, in this situation, it's Ampadu that drops into centre back. Tanaka pushes forward for those cases where Ampadu can't find that pass. Be fine. Afternoon all. Hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's well as well. If everyone is less well, then that'd be bad, wouldn't it? 1 second. I just need to find something. Yeah. Oh, it's up there. What? Okay, for some reason I can't find the thing. What have you filtered purple? You filtered purple. Have you filtered purple? Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something with a person in the background. And it hasn't. It isn't having it, but you're gonna have to tell me what. Oh, because it's a fucking video, isn't it? So that's not going to work. Okay, that's fine. Got £1 on 85 to 1, 2-1 first scorer, Joseph and Brendan Scott. That's asking quite a lot, isn't it? That's throwing a hell of a lot of stuff at the wall and hoping that it sticks. And if it doesn't stick, then there could be some problems going on. But that's okay. Right, where are we? Just got to quickly bosh something together on Canva for a person. I'm helping. Relation 16.9, that'll do it. It's also only £1. That is true, it is only £1. But that's okay. If Leeds play well and lose, I can accept that, but if they passively underperform, I'll be disappointed, especially if they lose. What do you mean, especially if they lose? Because I feel like your problem is more that you just don't like the fact that we're playing efficient stuff. And that's okay. You can not like the style of play. But there are a lot of people that are denying that it's effective and it does what it does really well. And the fact of the matter is it works. It's effective, you know? Hello, Matt. How's things? I'm also going to pop up a question, a very, very quick question, because I know we're in questions corner, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. What's your score prediction? Because for the first time, we have a prediction from someone that isn't in the chat, or me, or on the stream. We have a prediction from Mrs. Blackburn. I know. I asked because we've got the Coventry City match tomorrow. I was like, well, you know what? Let's have a little bit of a conversation. What do you think is going to happen in this match? And the response we got, ladies and gentlemen, the response that we got was 2-1 Leeds. I don't mind a 2-1 lead. I'll take a 2-1 lead. That'd be great. I think that's roughly where I'm sitting as well, off the top of my head, because I trust us to get a win here. Anyone that doesn't trust us to get a win is not paying attention to what's been happening in the form table. Because although Coventry on the pitch have been reasonably good, it's not really turned into results. But if it doesn't turn into results, and it has for them this weekend, then that's okay. We can acknowledge that things happen. The important part is, let's not get too mad this time. Like, we got pissed off at a 2-0? Yeah, we got pissed off at a 2-0 win last weekend, which still gives me a headache. I still have no clue how we are coming to this conclusion of Leeds bad because win. Mind-boggling. But that's fine. People can have their opinions, no matter how wrong they are. Head 2-1 Leeds, heart 3-1 Leeds. I think I'd be okay with both of those, to be honest with you. Predictions for the weekend. We ain't winning tomorrow, but we ain't losing either. Why this negativity? Why are the sad vibes? Why are we so scared of Coventry? I think we'll be okay. I don't mind the position that we're in. I think we are a good enough side, and I think we're going to cause them more problems than they call us. Than they cause us. Thanks, Brian. Turks for my blood. Mr. Tanaka, decent also. I'd happy with 7-0 leads, but that's just my opinion. That's controversial. I don't know. I don't know how happy someone can be if we only win 7-0. It's too far. It's disgusting to me. I'll be completely honest with you. Okay, I still can't find this thing. Oh, that was the route that you took. Okay. Then into more on the options page. What do you mean more on the options page? What? Sorry, I'm talking to someone off stream at the moment, so this must look like I'm losing my mind. So search calendar. Oh, I'm just confusing myself now. That's fine. Pretty good Coventry from my top two. They haven't gotten going. Slow start to the year. There's a slow start, and then there's, I don't know. I think it's looking like a case of just general underperformance, and I think that could be a little bit of a problem for them. Right, okay. I genuinely didn't know that this section existed. Which one was it? That one? That is not October based at all, but that will be fine. Let's bold you as well, because otherwise it looks weird. Anyone with the link can edit. Cool. Let's put that in the right place, not in the YouTube chat. That would be a problem. There we go. Let's see if that works. Cool. Who are you bringing in for Pascal, who's apparently injured? For me, surely push Ampadu back, so Tanaka in plus give Byram a game so it shows up a bit. I don't know, but we don't need to shore up the defence. Look at our defence in recent matches. Last, 5 games? We've conceded once. One time. In total. In 5. I cannot emphasise enough how weirdly good that is. We're very, very, very good at football right now, which is a nice place to be. For me, it'd be Tanaka in, Ampadu going backwards, as you've said. It gives Ampadu a little bit more freedom to do that sort of passing role that he quite likes, that he's quite good at. Tanaka is able to sort of show himself off a little bit and make a bit more of a claim for a spot in the side. And I'm not certain on the Byram shout. I'll be completely honest with you. It feels like it'd be a risk. Right, one sec. Oh dear. This is a bit silly, isn't it? Right. You and you and you and you. Group. Copy. Paste. Cool. What's going on with that spacing? I don't know, but it's fine. Sorry, I'm just doing a quick designy thing for someone. Okay, and then pop that back there. Is that right? That's okay on height, that's okay on distance. On group view, nice. That can go away. Then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Fuck. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't click things because my hands are cold. Make a poll about when he'll get sacked. No. 2 centre halves plus 2 DMs usually stay back in. Pascal's the best defender up, so Tanaka in, not so defensive. I think this is Byram in, staying back a bit more at fullback, at least 4 back-ish. I don't know, because I think we're a little bit reliant on fullbacks at the moment, and I really, really like that, because it shows that we're doing sort of aggression all over the pitch. Can you imagine how angry people would be if we dropped Firpo or something like that for Sam Byram after what we've had so far this season? There would be riot. I don't think I'm over exaggerating that. People would lose their heads. Oh, crumbs. Oh, what have I done? Ahaha. Sorry, I'll fix that in a minute. Anyway. Just serious note, Gary and Dave have been quite lately both Leeds content creators, everything cool in the game with them. I don't know which Gary and Dave were talking. Sorry, I'm a little bit on the confused side. That's absolutely going to be a me thing, but I'm not sure who you mean. Sorry. But I hope all is well. And if it comes to, I will happily help with anything that needs to be helped. But immediately, I'm not certain who you mean. Pop that there. Yeah, cool. Paste again. Cool. Bosh. It could do with 1 row underneath it, but that's simplified things a little bit for you. This is your daily reminder to end the current poll. Thank you very much. I needed the reminder to end the current poll. Who said Coventry win? Who? You monster. Thank you very much, Richard. I will. Amigo McPigeon. But what we're going to do very, very quickly is we're going to have a little bit of a questions corner to finish. Next person to pop any question in the chat of any way, shape, or form, do so, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. And then I will end the stream there because it's only going to be a short one today because I am on not another Leeds podcast later tonight. I might set up a redirect over there. I know that I'm not going to be streaming like all the way until it starts. But at the very least, I can point you guys in the right direction. The redirect is now set up. Isn't my debut tonight on Nelp? It is not. I have been Nelped previously, which is nice. Which one? Yes, it is. Why is it unfathable? That's fine. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, you might need to do that for other ones. No, it is faffable. I'm faffing. Let's fix it. Make it wider. Go to the left. Bosh. That might make it faffable. But anyway, bunch of questions. Let's deal with those. See, Gary hasn't been a Gary in a quiz series. It was a different Gary. The Gary that I was talking about is not a Leeds YouTuber anyway. He's just sort of out and about. Yeah, he's not from our section of YouTube. He's just a Leeds fan that I knew had some fun Leeds stories, so I invited him on and was like, "You wanna do a quiz for charity?" And he was like, "Yeah, I like Gary. Gary's great." What's the meaning of life? 0 points for a hitchhiker's answer. Fuck you. It's 42. No, the meaning of life is to I've had a good answer for this, and I've completely forgotten what it is. Leave the place in a better place than you found it. So that means the people make happy. That means that the environments you improve. That means that workplaces you try and make everyone as jolly as you can. That means that on the internets, only annoy people if they annoy you first. Ha ha ha. All sorts. What's the best fish to eat? I am a salmon fan, to be completely honest with you. Love a bit of salmon. Because when it comes to battered fish, I'm not that much of a battered fish guy. It's never been my vibe. Sorry. That is a flaw within me. I recognize this. But it's who I am. I'm the kind of person that just doesn't like battered fish. Scampi, banging. Battered fish, no thank you. How much importance do you put on pace of play? Lots. But it depends. It's contextual. If you're looking for pure like enjoyment and vibes out of a game of football, then sure, pace of play, number one. Play fast, play well. If it comes to we need lots and lots of wins, we can take our time with it. That's why I wasn't too bad about the 2-0, and why when I hopped on the post-match pod with Joe last week, I was like, why is everyone so angry? Don't get it. That's where that confusion came from, because I was like, we're fine, aren't we? Right? Surely? But who knows? The meaning of life is a junior FOPO mug. It is. Cheesecake or chocolate gatto? Of the two, I'm going cheesecake. Because I'm not like a chocolate dessert person. You can have chocolate. Chocolate's great. Look, I got some Sainsbury's own brand milk chocolate right now. But I think in dessert, like dessert's already sweet, and I think chocolate desserts run the risk of being too sweet. Which is, yeah. Is it wise to eat yellow snow? No, but it's wise to eat lemon sorbet. And making that distinction can be a challenge. I appreciate that. Meaning of life is to live life how you feel free to live. This is what. Ooh, do we get into a political philosophy conversation? Maybe. Because this is the case for a lot of old school libertarians. And fair enough. I see the point. Live life however you want to. My one concern with that little philosophy is a lot of people don't account for the harm principle. The harm... Oh, I've broken a thing. The harm principle being the general concept that, yes, liberty is all well and good, but the moment said liberty is used to impinge on another person's liberty, then you've got problems. So that's why we have laws, so you can't do crimes, because a crime is effectively an impingement on someone else's liberty. So, sure, to an extent, but thank you. Do you not like fighting fish? It depends. They very rarely punch me, so I don't often have to fight many fish. I hope that's the answer that you were looking for, and if it's not, then that's a shame, but it's the answer that I went for. I fixed it. Okay. Cool. There we go. It's a Boy Scout thing, leaving the place cleaner than you found it, and it's not a bad thing to have. Like, it's a fair bit of rules. Pick one with injuries, amputate, sent him back an hour, and sent him mid. No big deal. Absolutely, yeah. I don't like battered fish, and I live on the coast. I know it's criminal, but it's just true. It's just don't vibe with it. I'm not that much of a fish and chips kind of guy. Last time we had fish and chips for tea, I had a burger, because I feel like the best way you can judge how good a place is at food, as a rule, is, have they messed up a burger? Because if you mess up a burger, I ain't gonna trust you to cook anything more complicated than that. Because burgers are easy. Burgers are a bit of meat, whack it in, I don't know, fryer, oven, however you want to cook it, and it'll be fine. If a burger goes wrong, I don't know how you've done that. It's a miracle. I can't back a tiramisu. I'll agree with that analysis. Thank you very much. Break the favorite flavor down in cheesecake. For me, you got to go with a lemon or a lime cheesecake. You need something like acidic that like cuts right through the cheesecakey globble. I can't phrase it, but sort of the thick sludge that is a cheesecake. That's what you need an acid for. I won't say -1. It's been all right lately. It's fine enough. No complaints. Wait, do I have complaints? Not that I can think of. And that is, if anything, a win in and of itself. Almost as much of a win as the one that Leeds United are gonna get against Coventry City tomorrow, using our secret weapon that no one knows about yet, our Tanaka. Bosh! I've wrapped it all up. And what I'm going to do there is the cream cheese. I know it's cream cheese. I know it's not strictly a sludge, but at the same time, you know what I mean. It's basically like a slime. Don't do a slime. It's not tasty. There's a reason that Dick and Dom slimed people and didn't cheesecake people, because slime is unpleasant. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on the stream. It's always massively appreciated, and it helps to push the channel along a little bit. Like, subscribe. You could even become a channel member if you fancy it. It is 99p for a month, and you get a bunch of videos and stuff early. Basically, all the videos that I pre-record. So enjoy. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Ta-ra.